to SVG-TV's news for Friday, May 2nd, 2025. I'm Triska Campbell with the details. Child's Month 2025 was officially launched today under the theme, Keep Us Safe, Strong and Free. We are children, let us be. The launch ceremony took place at the Arnesville Church of the Nazarene, bringing together educators, stakeholders, and community leaders to affirm their commitment to children's rights, development, and protection. In his opening remarks, Adrian Messiah, Chair and President of the National Association of Early Childhood Educators, described the theme as powerful and timely, noting that it speaks directly to the responsibility that we all share to protect our children.
Safe, strong, and free. We are children, let us be. These words are not just a theme, they are a plea, a call, and most importantly, a right. Children should not have to fight for safety. They should not have to struggle to be heard. They should not have to grow up before their time. And keeping our children safe involves protecting them not just from physical harm, but from also emotional neglect, abuse, violence, and exploitation. Whether at home, at school, in the community, or online, children deserve to feel secure and cared for. Keeping them strong involves more than physical health. It means nurturing their minds, feeding their creativity, and guiding them with love and discipline. It means giving them access to quality education, mental health support, and spaces where they are free to express themselves. Keeping them free involves allowing them to be who they are without fear, without pressure, and without judgment. It means respecting their individuality, their hopes, and their dreams. It means giving them a voice in decisions that affects them and teaching them that their thoughts and feelings matter.
Messiah continued by emphasizing that children are not just the future, they are very much the present. He stressed that while they are growing, learning, dreaming, and becoming, they also need to thrive, and for that to happen, they require love, care, and support from each and every one of us.
Parents, teachers, leaders, and each other. So to the parents this morning, understand you are the first protectors. Your love builds the foundation for confidence and security. And we ask you to keep our children safe, not only from physical harm, but from emotional wounds that can last a lifetime. Guide them with patience, listen with open hearts. Teach them through your example. And when the home is a place of peace and understanding, children grow strong and are sure of who they are. To our teachers, you shape minds and build future. You're the ones who notice when something is wrong, who encourage when things feel hard. Education is not just about grades, it is about nurturing character, curiosity, and courage. Create classrooms that are safe to question, safe to grow, and safe to be different. Children learn best when they're respected, not ridiculed. When they're heard, not silenced. To our government and leaders, policies and promises are powerful, but only when they reach the children who need them most. Let this month not only be about celebration, but action. Invest in child protection, strengthen schools, support families, create laws that truly defend every child's right to be safe from violence, to be strong through education and healthcare, and to be free to speak, to dream, and to live in dignity. When you build a country that puts children first, you build a stronger nation for all.
Also addressing the ceremony was Ethne Williams, Senior Education Officer for Early Childhood Education. She highlighted that Child's Month is not only a time to celebrate the joy and brilliance that children bring into our lives, but also a time to reaffirm the collective promise to safeguard their well-being. Williams noted that every child deserves the opportunity to experience the full beauty of childhood.
The slogan, "We are children, let us be," is both powerful and timely. It is a declaration from the hearts of our young citizens. It reminds us of our sacred responsibility to ensure that every child in our country is protected, empowered, and respected. Proverbs 31, verse 8, calls on us to speak on behalf of the voiceless and for the rights of all who are vulnerable. Let us be reminded that we do not have children because of our own strength, education, or efforts, but they are a gift from God. When we speak of safety, we are not only talking about physical protection. We are speaking about creating environments where children feel loved, supported, and heard in their homes, in their schools, and in their communities. When we call for children to be strong, we are not only building bodies, but nurturing minds and spirit. We are giving them the tools to overcome adversity, to believe in themselves, and to chase their dreams with confidence. And when we say free, we speak of the freedom to grow, to play, to speak, to learn, and simply to be children, unburdened by fears or expectations that do not belong.
Every child deserves the right to enjoy their childhood and to grow up in a safe and nurturing environment. Yet for some children, abuse and neglect remain a tragic reality. That's according to Gemma Alexander, Director of the Child Development Division in the Ministry of National Mobilization, who delivered remarks at the official launch of Child's Month 2025 earlier today.
Are fragile beings who should be protected, but they are sometimes harmed by someone they know and trust, leaving them confused, devastated, and damaged. This year's theme reminds us that as a nation, we must work together to prevent child abuse and neglect. Safety begins with awareness. We must create environments at home, at school, and in our communities where children feel safe and supported. We must educate children about their rights and what is appropriate and what is not. We must also encourage them to speak out against abuse. Parents, caregivers, teachers, and all other persons who work directly with children also need to be educated on how to effectively identify and report incidents of abuse. Know the signs. It could make a tremendous difference in a child's life. It is not enough to focus only on protecting our children. As the team say, we must also make children strong. A strong child is one who knows their worth and is able to stand up for themselves and others. Remember, a strong child becomes a strong adult, one who is not only prepared to face life challenges, but who also has the compassion and courage to change the world.
This year's Child's Month is being observed under the theme, Keep Us Safe, Strong, and Free. We are children, let us be. Alexander said it is a call to action for communities, families, and institutions to prioritize child protection and empowerment.
And most importantly, we must keep our children free. Free from harm, free to learn, free to grow, and free to dream. Freedom means allowing them to express themselves, to ask questions, and to be creative. The Ministry of National Mobilization, etc., through the Child Development Division, continues to make the protection and welfare of children our top priority. The ministry recognizes that parents play a vital role in their child's development. As a result, the Child Development Division over the past years has conducted many parenting programs in various communities and schools to promote positive parenting techniques and improve parenting skills. For this year, The Child Development Division, in collaboration with UNICEF, will expand its parenting education program, PEP, to target 500 parents aged 18 to 45 years. Statistics have shown that when we invest in parents, we are investing directly in children, thus reducing the risk of abuse and neglect. Every year, the Child Development Division continues to raise awareness of child abuse and neglect through public service announcements on radio, television, and the internet. The division also conducts child abuse awareness sessions in schools and communities. By educating teachers, parents, and students about the different forms of abuse, we are empowering them to recognize warning signs so they can take appropriate action.
Also speaking at the ceremony was Minister of Education Curtis King, who reiterated the nation's responsibility to its youngest citizens. He said meaningful collaborations across sectors is essential to creating an environment where children can thrive and fulfill their potential.
Safety is the foundation upon which all learning and growth are built. The condition of being safe in schools is globally accepted as a basic requirement for all institutions of learning. Children are not just the future, they are the heartbeat of our present. It is the responsibility, therefore, of the Ministry of Education to ensure that their educational journey is marked by safety, dignity, and opportunity. It was with this mandate in mind that the Ministry of Education partnered with UNICEF to launch the Safe Schools initiative several years ago. This initiative is a national program dedicated to creating secure, supportive, and inclusive learning environments in every corner of our country. Children who feel safe learn freely, dream fearlessly, and grow confidently. No child should live in fear, neither at home, in school, or within their community. We at the Ministry of Education will continue to work together with other ministries and stakeholders to eliminate violence, abuse, bullying, and neglect.
The launch sets the tone for a month-long series of events aimed at raising awareness, strengthening advocacy, and celebrating the unique voices and rights of children across the country. As Immunization Week comes to a close, oncologist Dr. Damarius Batiste Sylvester took the awareness this morning to raise awareness of the importance of the HPV, the human papillomavirus vaccine. Speaking on NBC Radio's face-to-face program, Dr. Batiste Sylvester emphasized that the HPV vaccine plays a critical role in cancer prevention, particularly for cervical and other HPV-related cancers.
Sure. So the HPV protects against genital warts and most cases of cervical cancer. Now, the research shows that HPV high-risk strains, they are linked to about 99% of cervical cancer. The HPV vaccine also protects against cancers of the vagina, the vulva, the penis, or the anus caused by the HPV. The HPV vaccine also protects against mouth, throat, head and neck cancers caused by HPV. Now, the vaccine gives the body a very safe way to build immune system awareness of some of these HPV strains. This means the body has an easier time clearing out those strains of the virus if a person catches them later.
She noted that Gardasil 4, the HPV vaccine most commonly used in SVG, targets 4 major HPV strains, 2 of which are known to cause approximately 70% of cervical cancer cases, and 2 that are linked to genital warts. This makes it a key tool in the country's cancer prevention strategy.
Now, this vaccine protects against 4 strains, mainly of HPV, which is strain 6, 11, 16, and 18. And the strains of 16 and 18, the studies have shown that these are the strains responsible for most of all cervical cancers. Now, it is a vaccine that is licensed to be used from ages 9 to 14 years old, and we give this vaccine for the prevention of pre-malignant genital lesions, the cervix, the vulva, the vagina. We give it for protection against pre-malignant anal lesions, and anal cancers related to HPV and genital warts.
Dr. Baptiste Sylvester also outlined the recommended vaccination schedule, stressing the HPV vaccine is most effective when administered before exposure to the virus.
The ideal age is from ages 9 to 14, especially when the teen has not been exposed to any sort of sexual activity. If you are beyond 15 and you have not been exposed to any sort of sexual activity, you are still a prime candidate for the vaccine. However, if you have been exposed to sexual activity, instead of receiving a 1-dose schedule, you will now be administered 3 doses at 0, 6 months, 0, 2, and 6 months.
She concluded by urging everyone to take advantage of the opportunity to get vaccinated, calling it a vital step in safeguarding their long-term health. More than $5 million has been allocated in the 2025 national budget to improve the fire service in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. This was revealed by Prime Minister Dr. Afghan Salves, who holds the ministerial responsibility for national security, airports, legal affairs, and information. He was responding to a parliamentary question on Monday regarding the capacity and resources of the Kingston branch of the fire service. In response to the question, the Prime Minister Gonsalves provided details on the number of fire appliances assigned to the Kingston branch, the total number of personnel, and the types of fires that they are trained and equipped to handle. He explained that while the fire service continues to face challenges, steps are being taken to improve its readiness and capacity.
I'm going to give you the answer as you asked them precisely, because how many fire appliances at disposal? 2 of them. One is doing some maintenance work at the moment. The total complement at the Kingston branch, they have available 18 of them, plus other members of the constabulary who will assist if need be. How many fires can the fire service attend competently in the city of Kingston? And I take that to mean at the same time. No, 2 of them. 2 of them. 2 of them. You can't do more than 2. 2 of them. 2 of them. That's what I'm saying. You said 1 here, 1 there. That's the point I'm making. And then, of course, they can get appliances from other areas. And what kinds of fire they're equipped to extinguish? 5 classes of fires. They didn't give me the classes of fires. 5 classes.
The Prime Minister also noted that there are currently 109 firefighters on the payroll with a combined salary expenditure of approximately $4 million annually. Progress is being made toward the installation of a tire shredding facility at Arabica aimed at eliminating the environmentally harmful practice of burning tires in the area. This was noted by Minister of Transport and Works and Parliamentary Representative for the area, Montgomery Daniel, during a sitting of Parliament earlier this week. He was responding to a question about the frequency of tire burning at Arabica's site and current status of the proposed shedding machine. Minister Daniel stated that a site for the shredder has already been identified and that funds have been allocated in the 2025 national budget for the purchase and installation of the facility. He added that the project is expected to become operational in the near future and will support the government's broader environmental and developmental goals, including the enhancement of the Château National Park area.
In the developmental plan, the developments have been twinned together with the Ministry of Tourism, and the Ministry of Tourism is scheduled to begin work soon on that national park, which will enhance the park's ability and ambience, to which further employment will be created for the area. Madam Speaker, there has been the burning of tires in that area for quite a long while. It has been an issue for years, but the Cabinet has issued a directive to BRAXA to cease all burning of tires for some time now. Subsequently, in discussions with CWSA, a tire shredder was recommended to remove the burning of all such tires. And BRAXA is in the process of obtaining this tire shredder to eliminate the burning of such tires.
Minister Daniel also provided historical context, noting that prior to 2001, before the Unity Labour Party took office, Roboca served as a dumping ground for various types of waste, including solid waste and tires. He credited Prime Minister Dr. Afghan Sals for intervening early in the ULP's first term to address the issue. He explained that the Bridges, Roads and General Services Authority, BRAXA, was placed in charge of managing resources deposited at the Roboca River. Since then, he said, BRAXA's operations have grown significantly and the agency now employs well over 80 persons. The Carnival Development Corporation, the CDC, has officially announced the finalists for the 2025 Young Voices Big Vibes Junior Calypso and Soca competitions, which is scheduled to take place on Tuesday, July 1st at Victoria Park. Junior Calypso competition primary school category finalists are Anika Stapleton of the Evesham Methodist School with Cyber Dream, Divine Walters of the Sandy Bay Government School with Under the Pressure, Felicia Johnson of the Turoma Government School with Pride and Joy, Catalina Nero, Barley Anglican School, True Champions, Akira Brown, Evesham Methodist School, Education Revolution, What Happened to Bob, Liline Bascom of the Greg's Primary School with My Mommy, Haley Small, South Rivers Methodist School doing Never Me Can You Destroy. Reserve is Blessing Compton of the Calder Government School with Children Today. In the Junior Calypso competition secondary school category, finalists are Princess Alexia DeShong of the Sandy Bay Secondary School with Tell Me Why, Carixia McCall of St. Joseph's Convent, Mariqua, One Mother's Cry is All Mother's Cry, Cassanique Williams, Georgetown Secondary, Treat Me Right, Zion Lewis, St. Joseph Convent, Kingstown, Don't Get Caught Up, Amira Glasgow, St. Joseph's Convent, Kingstown, Love is the Key, Jalicia Byron of Sandy Bay Secondary School with Thank You Iron Man, Jaden Bowles of the St. Vincent Grammar School with Build Back the Family, and the Reserve Arena Mace of the Sandy Bay Secondary School, A Come For Me Crown. Junior Soca Monarch finalists are Princess Alexia DeShong of the Sandy Bay Secondary School with Litty Litty, Lillian Bascom of the Greg's Primary School, Granny and the Party, Malik John, Sandy Bay Secondary School, Bad Temper, Joel Mason of the Dr. J.P. Eustace Secondary, When We Reach, Jelani Sandy of the Dr. J.P. Eustace Secondary School with Crown City, along with Sharika Johnson of the Greg's Primary School, It's Not a Normal Fete, Karen Adams, Sandy Bay Secondary, Van Man, Colin Jr. Small of the Sandy Bay Secondary with Water Truck and Reserve, Aminia Lucas and Tyler Douglas of Dorset J. Hill Primary, We Can Dance Too. The CDC congratulates all finalists and reserves and encourages the public to come out and support these these young and talented performers as they bring their energy and creativity to the big stage at Victoria Park. In other news now, President of the St. Vincent and the Grenadines Hotel and Tourism Association and General Manager of Grenadine House, Isola Giddens, says anticipation is high for this year's Taste of Vincy Restaurant Week 2025, which will take place from June 22nd to June 28th. Speaking at the official media launch earlier this week, Giddens expressed excitement about the upcoming event and encouraged participation from both Vincentians and visitors alike in celebration of local flavors, creativity, and culture through food.
Our nation will be bursting with the taste, aroma, experience the different Vincentian cuisine. Taste of Vincy 2025 is not just a restaurant week. It's a platform for highlights of innovation, passion, diversity of our culture landscape. From world-class renowned restaurants here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines to our local gems. This, when I say the gems, these are the entrepreneurs who we are asking to come out to support and to be part of Restaurant Week. It is our time to shine the spotlight on persons and people and the flavor that make our culture truly extraordinary. But the celebration does not stop after 1 week. With Taste of Vincy, the 22nd to the 28th, Carnival is right on the heels of Taste of Vincy, and we are encouraging restaurateurs to take their menus into July, because that's when the bulk of our visitors are going to be here, and that's when the taste, more persons will be patronizing the various restaurants, and we are asking that we continue to highlight our Vincentian foods, because a lot of our guests are coming to the Caribbean, are coming to St. Vincent and the Grenadines for our local cuisine, and we need to encourage that.
Giddens also extended gratitude to the event sponsors for their continued support, not just of Restaurant Week, but of the overall development of the tourism and hospitality sector. She noted that one of the highlights of this year's celebration will be the official opening on June 22nd, hosted at the Sandals Resort in Bookament.
So just imagine, we have the decor, we have the food, and on that night we will be ending with some nice fireworks to commence the week. Are we happy for that? No. We must, no one from Sandals is here this morning, but we must thank them for being part of the opening acts for us. Last year, we had James with us, Chef James from the UK. This year, we are bringing a young lady as our headliner. Vincentian roots, her name is none other than Chef Angela Garraway Holland. From the island of Barbados, her parents are Vincentian, her father is Vincentian. Throughout the week, we will have sessions with her, mentoring young chefs, collaborative with local talent, and showcase how far Vincentian cuisine can go on the world stage. Angela would also be bringing some friends with her from Barbados, Maryland, and Washington.
Meanwhile, Chief Executive Officer of the SVG Tourism Authority, Annette Mark, described Restaurant Week as a vibrant week-long celebration of the nation's rich culinary heritage, noting it showcases the exceptional talent of our local chefs and highlights the fresh local ingredients that make our cuisine both unique and unforgettable.
That is, of course, why we are called the breadbasket of the Caribbean. So, from June the 22nd to June the 28th, visitors and locals alike will have the opportunity to savor specially curated menus, innovative dishes, and dining experiences across the islands. Restaurant Week is more than just a promotion. It is intended to be an invitation to immerse yourself in the flavors, traditions, and the creativity that is truly our Vincentian spirit. It is a time to discover new tastes, revisit old flavors like my favorite, breadfruit and Creole jackfish, and truly explore the depth and diversity of our food. Today's launch builds on the successful foundation established during Restaurant Week 2024, which was held in November as part of Tourism Month, as the Tourism Month celebrations. The inclusion of Restaurant Week during Tourism Month allowed us to showcase the important link between culinary experience and the tourism product, attracting both local and visitors to explore our rapidly developing, vibrant food scene.
Restaurant Week 2025 aims to promote culinary tourism and support local restaurants, chefs, and farmers while offering food lovers an opportunity to experience the best of the Vincentian cuisine.